Good afternoon, everybody. This is Saturday, April 4th. I have a very special guest on today. I am honored to have my guest on. She is a wonderful person. She is a beautiful human being inside and out. She has the J.K. House of Grace facilities. I would like to advise everyone who's looking for a facility, after this pandemic is over, check out the page, and Maria will give that information. And I want to welcome Maria Khader. I hope I pronounced your last name right, Maria. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you, Betsy. Good afternoon, everybody, and good afternoon, Betsy. I appreciate your having me on the radio show, and I am honored to be with you today, and I appreciate the time and the effort and the chance that you're giving me to talk about JK House of Grace facilities and to talk about how our facilities are handling the pandemic of the COVID-19. My name is Maria Khader, as you said, and I am the nurse director for JK House of Grace Assisted Living Facilities. We have JK House of Grace is 4 different locations. 3 of them are in Silver Spring area in the state of Maryland, and 1 in Aspen Hill, but the address says Rockville. 3 of them are licensed by the state and Montgomery County for level 3 residents, and they are 1-level homes. They're equipped and licensed and furnished their code of the state of Maryland and Montgomery County. The 4th location in Silver Spring, in Rockville, Aspen Hill area is licensed for level 3 too, but for 4 residents only. So total residents, if we are full, it will be 28 residents total. We have now, we are functioning in the 3 homes in Silver Spring that are located next to each other, basically, with a walking distance between them. And we have caregivers ratio to residents, 4 residents for 1 caregiver. So if we have 5 residents, we have 2 caregivers on the shift in the daytime and 1 caregiver at nighttime. And we work with the residents that they need total care from, let's say, incontinent, immobile, that they need help to transfer and to walk. They're bedbound or chairbound. They have medical condition like COPD or any other medical condition with the heart or hypertension or blood sugar. And also we are well known for the work with dementia as a memory care unit for dementia with behavioral issues. And I've been honored to be called the dementia whisperer in my community. Most of the professionals that I work with them, they call me the dementia whisperer because I can work with those people that have dementia and behavioral issues with no problem, and I'm just honored to be called that name. Now, we are going to, since COVID-19 start affecting our area here and in the in the United States, we were watching the news carefully, the international news carefully. And we know that what happened, we all know what happened in China, and we all know what happened in Europe, Italy, United Kingdom, all of those, the news is all over the place here. So we started thinking ahead of the situation can come and affect the United States.
Excuse me, Maria. I just realized I forgot to introduce myself.
That's what you want to repeat?
Yeah, I forgot to say This is Betsy Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy on Passion World Talk Radio. Producer Jeanne White. Sorry to interrupt you. I had to take something for a migraine earlier, so I'm not 100% there. So I want to make sure I introduce myself. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. Well, greetings to Jeanne White. And I was honored also to be interviewed by her earlier last year. And we talked in depth about JK House of Grace and the services that we provide at JK House of Grace. So we'll go back to the COVID-19 and the infection, the pandemic that affected the United States. So watching the international TVs and radios and listening to what's going on, my administration, we worked together to start a plan here. We started the plan by providing and making sure we have enough supplies in the facilities to prevent us from being in physical needs for the patients not to be fulfilled in terms of food, in terms of drinks, in terms of even like the simple thing that you cannot think of it. Like they like to have cookies. We have cookies stored there for them. Incontinence supplies, all of these physical needs that we always have it for them on daily basis. We have it enough for a full week just in case we end up being under no outing for anyone outside for shopping or whatever. So these are well taken care of for our residents and for our staff who are working with the residents on those days. Now, we have to start having the equipment and the preventive measures and the protective supplies, infection control for those in terms of gloves, wipes, sanitizer, soap, body shampoo, hair shampoo, all of these supplies, we have them ready. Masks, we ordered before even anything happened. We ordered all of these for our facilities. So now the things start getting worse here, and the United States start being affected with this pandemic. And here, when the people start going after, the toilet paper and the paper towel and all of these things, we were safe there. So,
oh, that's good.
Oh yes, we were just like thinking and thanking God. We praising His name for giving
Amen.
us the wisdom to do this, because if something happened to my residents, I don't know what will happen to me. They're my life. So we now started doing the education for my caregivers, because we want to make sure that we don't have any infection in the homes. And any infection comes from outside, whether it's coming for us from families or from caregivers, because the caregivers, they come from outside too. So we started with the families before the state giving us an order to limit or to stop visitations. We sent an email a week before we got the orders, telling the family to limit their visits, like the families that they're used to come every day, to start coming like less often. And the duration of the visit, instead of staying an hour, to be like 10, 15 minutes, just to say hi and bye, basically. And the families were very appreciative, and they were very responsive, and they immediately, we started limiting that. A week later, we got the order from the state and the governor to say no visitation in nursing home. Actually, I remember I was watching TV, and it was President Trump who said no visitation for no visiting for families or unnecessary people to come and visit the nursing home facilities. And, we are an assisted living facility, and we don't need also unnecessary visits to happen to our residents and to our facility. So we send another email to our families to restrict their visitation, and they also, again, they respected it and they accepted it, and they were very appreciative. Now, what we did as a preventive measure against COVID-19, we did an education and training for our healthcare personnel, which is our caregivers. So they need, including those measures, is to prevent the infection and to continue the prevention process, which is hand washing is our most important one. And I told the caregivers, hand wash, hand wash, hand wash. Basically, you're going to have a dry hand. It will go away afterwards. Just keep hand washing. Use the gloves appropriately. There are times to use the gloves, and there are times that you need just to use your hand and wash your hands afterwards. And then the mask, and that's for the equipment, how to use the equipment, how to wash your hands. And I told them, washing your hands is not just rinse in and out under the water. At least you have to spend by, let's say, singing happy birthday to you twice. And you will be done with that hand washing. Now, we also reinforced the sick policies for them. And we said, if you're sick, you don't have to come to work. And we will be able to cover you. We will be able to take care of you. It's better to be sick and lose a week or two than losing all your job.
That's
and we
right.
started, introducing them, that if you're sick, if your family's sick, if your child's sick, if, please just report to me, and I will be able to make sure that your shift is covered until you get, well. And we want to make sure if you have the virus or not. So we have to report this to your, primary health care doctor, and he will decide if you need the test or not based on your symptoms. And we also reported that if anyone has a temperature, we have to prevent you from coming. If anyone in your family has temperature, we have to prevent you from coming to work. And we check their, the temperature as we go. And we check the temperature of our residents, too, on daily basis to make sure that they are also don't have any fever, because we have to report that. Now, we have to ensure also enough supplies, as I told you, not just by the food and drink and the cookies and the like all those leisure physical needs for them. We have to ensure the protective equipment, which is masks, gloves, and wipes. So, and paper towels, toilet paper. So we were having all of these ready for them, and we had a plan as an administration, among us as, the administration for the facility is to work with the caregivers of using those supplies enough, but not to abuse, because we have enough supplies now. We don't want to lose it because we don't know how long this pandemic is going to be going on. And if we lose all what we have as a storage, we don't know how to get it. So on daily basis, we go and check if we have any in the stores, any supplies like paper towel, hand towel, whatever. We go and buy it on top of what we have already for them. So the question came to me like yesterday, actually, if are we going to test those people that work as caregivers for us and test our residents for the COVID-19? There are too many people are going really hysterical about it. They will be asking you to go ahead and test your patients anyway. They will be requesting you to test your caregivers anyway, whether they have the symptoms or not, to make sure that, you did your best in preventing the disease. And I was thinking, reading more and more about COVID-19, what am I going to do? I mean, to test someone who doesn't have any symptoms, what will this help me? Because now or this week or this month, let's go this way, he doesn't have that and it becomes negative. Am I going to repeat the test every month? And who's going to be paying for it?
That's right.
I went to one of the doctors that I know very well, and I know that this group is very strong groups there, and they are very highly educated. And I said, what will be like a beneficiary for me and for my residents? And I asked the question like this. Do I need to traumatize my resident? Do this test. Go into his nasal passages there, to his nose, to go to his throat, and do that swab. And knowing that this resident is a dementia with behavioral. I mean, come on. Will this resident even allow me to do this? Will the test be done accurately if this resident in the middle of me going towards touching his nose, put my hand around him and he said, stop what you're doing. I don't want you to touch me. What am I going to do? With this being said, the question that I approached the doctor with, I said, this is the resident. I am going to swab his nose or go to his throat and get that swab. He is dementic, he or she, and he has some behavioral issues, he or she. They don't want me to do it. I lost the swab, I lost the test, and I didn't do it right. Is this going to be feasible? Are we going to continue? The answer was, this depends on the primary health care doctor himself to do the swab for those patients or not. And the most important thing, if there is no symptoms, which we all know the symptoms now, temperature exceed 100, coughing, chest pain, lethargic, these are the main. It's like you have a bad flu. What am I going to do? He or she, those residents or my caregivers actually, they don't have any of these symptoms. Do I still do those tests? The answer was no. So that was a good relief for me. So I went on the Maryland Department of Health, and they, as I said, they always update us with the COVID-19. And I found a beautiful article there is of frequently asked questions about the COVID-19. And one of those questions was, where am I able to be tested? Who do I contact? The answer is, you will be tested when you have your symptoms, and you contact your primary health care doctor, and he will decide if he wants to send you to a lab to test or not. And also a lot of questions. I will advise people to go to their state Department of Health. In our state, it's the Maryland Department of Health. They have a beautiful article on daily basis, a beautiful question and answer on daily basis for us. And I've been reading it, and what I said here is what I read from them, that unless you have the symptoms, you will be able to do the test. And sometimes the doctor will not even want that test to be done because you don't have enough symptoms to do it.
Right. So, how are you and your workers dealing with the family members and your clients as far as the social distance? I know it's very hard for a caregiver, and I feel for them. I feel for you, healthcare workers, because as you know, Maria, things change quickly with someone with dementia. And I saw that on your Facebook page that you are having the FaceTime and videos, which I think is great. But how are the family members coping with this?
Well, this is what a beautiful question and reminder for me. We came up with the idea. I appreciate my son. Those kids, they're very good in technology, not our age, So it was like he got me a small device that he installed or he put on the TV, the big screen TV, and I started I put on Facebook, to the listeners, to us, my Facebook page is called JK House of Grace Assisted Living Homes. Please like and share what I have there on it. And that will help other facilities to do what we are doing, because I know that families, they want to see their loved ones. Families, they care about their loved ones, and families, they want to make sure that their loved ones in those homes or nursing homes are well taken care of, not just we are not visiting and we don't know what's going on with our family member. So what we did is I sent a text message to the family, or I sent an email to the family, and I said, we are going to do a virtual visit with your loved one. We can do FaceTime, we can do WhatsApp, we can do Skype, we can do I made all of these possible because I do have families are in England that I take care of their loved ones. I have 2 of them. I have people in Germany that I take care of their loved ones. I have people in the United States, different Colorado, Florida, name it. Most of my families, they know who is JK House of Grace, and they trust that we are taking care of their loved ones. So they don't have, most of the time we do it virtual even before this pandemic. So I also suggested to the families that you can send me a short video talking to your mom. Make sure your face is clear and you talk slowly and patiently, so your mom can see your face on a big screen TV, knowing that our residents, they might have problem with hearing, problem with vision, the macular degeneration and all of other problem with that. Mm-hmm. So when I put the face on big screen TV and I put it on a high volume, we don't need hearing aids even to use, because it's high enough for them to see, to hear, and big enough for them to see. And then families, believe it or not, we started with one family, and the minute I started putting it, until yesterday, I just love it. We are receiving videos after videos after videos after videos. Families are sending me prayers. I have Jewish families that I take care of, and they usually used to do the service for the Sabbath. They would send me the service, and I have to put it there. I have prayers sent to me. I have songs sent to me. I have, one of the families, they just did for me a beautiful video. I didn't even put it yet. They put their life on video, like all pictures, just pictures that they can see themselves with their mom when they were kids until they grow up. And we know those old people with dementia, they are very good in remembering the past with their short memory loss. So when they see themselves with those kids, they will remember those. And you see their eyes will start opening, and the smile will go on their faces, and the joy will be like, it's a very joyful thing that I did with my families and their loved ones. And I started doing the other way around now. I will record my residents talking to their families or listening. I videotape the videotape. Okay, I do the video of the video, showing the residents, watching their daughter or son talking to them, and their reaction to them. You will see the cry will come on there, and you will see, oh, that's my son, and that's my granddog. It's so amazing, and that makes my heart so happy. And if I don't feel good, I will start feeling good. It's just so fun to do it with them. And JK House of Grace did not stop doing what we were doing before this pandemic. We still celebrate birthday, and we did it virtual. We are celebrating in April 3 different residents on April 20, April 21, and April 24. We have 3 different residents in the same facility. They will be celebrating their birthday. And, of course, tomorrow is Palm Sunday. We will be celebrating Palm Sunday. And Easter, these and then Passover. We will be celebrating Passover. And I'm asking families to send me prayers for that, songs for that, so I can start sharing it with their loved ones. So that's how I keep in touch with that. And knowing that, between us and Europe, between us and England, there are hours behind. We are 6 or 7 hours behind. So I try to catch the time where they are ready to go to bed. Their time is almost 8, 9 p.m., but ours is still around 4, 5, this is our peak. where we are getting ready for dinner or we are getting to celebrate. And they would see them active. They would see their mom or dad or their loved ones doing something. They can see if they're sick or not, they can tell. And my advice to all families that never, ever say, oh, mom doesn't know me anyway. Oh, dad doesn't care anyway. Trust me, it's you who cares. You know your mom. You know your dad. It's you who know them. I mean, you went through this, Betsy, with Matt. Even if he didn't know you, you still did whatever you want to do for him to make sure that he is still part of your family. And
that's right.
With my family, and that's what I want them to continue doing. It is not what they know; it's what you know. This is your mom. This is your dad. This is your sister. This is your loved one. And a lot of people are not on Facebook, unfortunately, so it's okay. We still have way of communication. People who are not on Facebook, I take pictures on daily basis or weekly basis and send it to their loved ones to show that, this is what we have. If they don't have Facebook, we have Skype. Skype is a good one also for our ages. Our age, most people, they don't have the FaceTime or they don't have the iPhones to do the FaceTime. So I would go Skype. I'm okay with that. And we did it. I did it with someone in Jose, is that right? Somewhere in New Mexico. Anyway, so this is my advice to all families and to all facilities that are in our area or around the world. Please keep your families in contact with their loved ones. The more they are engaged, the better for your seniors. Your seniors need to see them. And the families, they need to see their loved ones. We are here to get them. We are the connector. We are the one who is connecting those together since we're not allowing them to visit. So this is the best way to make them visit.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Maria. This is why, if I lived down by you and that had to be placed, I would be 100% comfortable putting that in your care.
Thank you. Thank you.
I really have. And are you still having group activities with your residents amongst themselves, or they have to separate it now?
You know what? The question was am I still doing the activities with the
in a group? Yeah, in a big group.
Oh, yes. Yes, in the same facility, in the same home. As I said, this is a home environment. So as far as no one is sick, and thank God so far no one is sick, they all still eat together. It's a home. You cannot separate. You're in your own home and say, okay, you sit in your room and I'll get you the food in your room. They still sit together. They need to encourage each other. Some of them, they love to see others doing something so they can do it too, and they can show that they are doing. And this is our teaser, by the way. It's a healthy teaser. Is when we do the activity. Let's say that yesterday we did the stationary bike that we have. We have two of them. One for a real stationary bike that some of the residents are able to get out of their chair to go sit on it and paddle the way they want for 10 minutes. And we have the one that is while they're sitting in their chair, they can paddle, or we can bring the table for them and they can do it for their arms after we sanitize it. And we have two different mats, one for the floor, one for the table, and then they will be able to do it. And some of those residents, at the beginning, they don't want to do it. But when they see the cheering for each other, oh, yeah, you can do it. Come on, 1, 2, 3. And everyone will start doing, okay, it's my turn. And then we will go around the room, whether we have 5 residents or the full 8 residents in the home. And I didn't post yet this activity. We just did it yesterday. We also still do the baking together. So we got some cookies to be baked, the biscuit, and the other day we cooked roast beef together. So we still do that. Now we have families. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's good. That's really nice. I go on your page and I see all the activities, and it's just it thrills my heart, really, the work that you're doing. It's just incredible. You're an incredible person.
Thank you. And honestly speaking, I don't do it because I want to show myself, because what you can see there, it needs time and dedication. And I love what I'm doing. I am not putting it there because someone's going to look at it and I will be famous. No, because I know myself. I know I'm doing it because I love my residents, I love my families, and we are all a big family with a different last name. We are one family with a different last name. And one of my families actually put that as a testimony for me on Facebook. And she said they sit together as one family, but they don't have the same last name. And I agree with her 100%. So let's say that people, they don't have access to a computer, especially the older generation, older than us. We still welcome cards, greeting cards. I have a lady that she's on Facebook with me as a friend. She doesn't know us. She does not know us, but she's been friends with us through someone I was taking care of, and she knows that person for several years, like I would say a good 6 years. And she still continues to send me cards. She still continues to send the residents cards, and we will read it, and I will put the pictures. So I have to say thank you for Debbie Jennings, because she is a wonderful Facebook friend, that she is so loyal to my residents, to my caregivers, and to us, sending us cards. There are other families that I encourage them to send us cards, especially when they don't have access to social media. Those cards, we appreciate them a lot. The residents can hear it, can hold it in their hands, and someone else will read it for this resident, especially those residents that they cannot see. And you will see one of my videos there, the latest one. I have it on big screen TV after I videotape it. So they will hear it again when they are talking to each other, reading the card that came from one of their daughters. And that's how we can communicate through this pandemic. We have to find our ways. And that's why I want to generate this Adopt a Resident page, because there are a lot of residents that don't have family. A lot of residents, they're just lonely. And not necessarily in my assisted living, in other nursing homes. Go reach out for those nursing homes and other facilities and say, do you have any residents who need someone to call, someone to talk, someone to be a friend for this person? Go do it. Bring a joy to the heart of those people.
Yes, that's a beautiful idea. And once you get that established, Maria, I want you to come on Chatting with Betsy and talk about it and get information, because, this goes all over. This is global. And maybe, somebody will hear it and want to adopt a resident. Yes. So please, come back with that information. And stay time of myself fast. I appreciate you being on. Is there a way people could get in touch with you?
Yes. I am working very hard on establishing this. And it's going to be just for helping the residents that they are lonely. It is not for fundraising. It is not for anything that has to do with financial. I am seeking the word. I am seeking the love. I am seeking the tender loving care.
Right. And I would love to be part of that, sending cards,
yes.
Even going like Josh and I could go on, do a little video, and,
right.
Say hi. I could sing my little bunny rabbit song. Actually, maybe tomorrow I'll do a video and I could send it to your Facebook page.
I would appreciate that, to share it with them. Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to see that. Yes, do that.
I would like to do that. Maria, how do people get in touch with you to find out about the JK House of Grace if they're interested in touring your facility, although they may not be able to do it now with this pandemic, but how does someone get in touch with you to know about your facilities?
Well, actually, I did have several people called me and requested to inquire information about our facility and inquire about the possibility of touring. And I just did one last week, actually. And I did the tour. I said it would be only for one home, and it will be before you enter the facility, I will make sure that you wash your hands, you sanitize your hands, you put the gloves on, you double the mask on because the mask that we have, it was a little bit thin, and you will tour the rooms without talking to any of the residents or touching anything in the facility. And we did it. Time to talk, we sat outside having 6 feet between the two of us, and we discussed the possibility of admitting this person, and also regarding the admission and readmission from the hospital or another facility or a home. We have guidelines that is given to us by the state, and I will follow that guidelines. Now, if someone wants to learn more about JK House of Grace, please do that. Call me at 301-792-1144. You can call, you can text me. You can also go on our website, which is www.jkhouseofgrace.com. You also can email me at jkhog, which is the initials of JK House of Grace, jkhog@jkhouseofgrace.com. You can also go on our Facebook. It's a public, and you can, from Facebook, you can send me a messenger text, or you can communicate with me directly. Anything that suits you, you're welcome to do it. I advise you to tour our facility online first by going to our website or on our Facebook page, which is JK House of Grace Assisted Living Homes, or you can call me directly and prepare your questions. In our website, you will have the last 2 pages is frequently asked questions that will help you with lots of the questions that you have to ask me when you come for a tour. Once you have the answers for those, you will be asking questions that is not found on our website.
Very, very good. That's excellent, Maria. And if you could, please PM me that information for Jeannie's blog she writes, and sure, of yourself. And folks, I know Maria personally, and I'm not just saying this because I know Maria. I know her heart is in her job. She loves what she does. She loves people, and I just admire you so much, Maria. You are a woman of great strength and love, and you're a great role model for other facilities. And I wish there was more homes like the one that you have with the love that's there, because I think you should be on a national TV show. I really do.
You know what?
Telling about your home.
That's my dream now. I know.
I really do. And I just want to thank you and your staff and other care workers and all the people out there who are putting their lives at risk every day to care for other people and to serve the public. Thank you all so much. It was a pleasure, Maria. Come back again, please. And, folks, I want to just tell people, stay home, stay safe, be well, keep your distance. Please don't throw your gloves on the floor. Put it in a garbage. Let's be kind. Thank you for listening to Chatting with Betsy. Thank you for following me. If you'd like to follow my own personal page, it's Betsy Wurzel, Wurzel. You're welcome to join my group, #Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. Maria is a member there, and she always gives great information. We accept any kind of dementia. You don't even have to be a caregiver. You could just come and learn and be informed for when you are a caregiver. And I want to thank you again, Maria, and, I just admire you so much. Thank you, Jeanne White, for writing the blog. Thank you, Passion World Talk Radio, for letting us speak. Stay safe, stay shining bright. You are a light to somebody. Don't let anyone put out your light. Be blessed. Have a good day. This is Betsy Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy. Bye now.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.